Welcome back to another Stogie Time Stories. Well, I said in my last video I would try to make this work, and I'm going to do so today. So, I do not like the topic that I am presented. It is what it is. I agreed to do it because why not? Anyways, as always, I usually start off by showing my cigar that I'm going to be smoking, which is the Romeo and Juliet number 3 in Corona. It's a Cuban cigar. But before I light this up, you see this band? Way to hide the band there, Trudeau. Thank you very much. You just made my life a little bit safer. Asshole. Anyways, I'm not here to talk about Justin Trudeau. I'm here to discuss another disgusting person. And don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing Trudeau when I'm just complaining about the band. But a lot of people, this person has a history, like a real bad history. And it's about time. Oh, I'm sweating like a pig already. It's about time that I move it all along. Move it all along. Right on the money. Dennis Melvyn Howe was born in Regina, Saskatchewan. Hey, a Regina brother. He was born on September 23rd, 1940. He spent most of his youth in Regina until he dropped out of grade 9. And from the age of 17 onward, he would spend 20 plus years behind bars in Prince Albert at the Saskatchewan penitentiary. There we go. The one thing that I know about Dennis Melvyn Howe was long before I was born. There was a rumor about him where one of his kidnap victims, this guy was just brain dead, like just dumb. He took his victim by knife point, took her to a coffee shop, ordered coffee for her so she could splash coffee in his face. Anyways, he would spend most of his life, his 20 plus years, behind bars at Prince Albert, Saskatchewan penitentiary. Pretty much for kidnapping and burglary charges. Well brought up individual. Anyways, he worked as a tailor and a small mechanic while he was behind bars. He attempted to escape once, but was caught soon afterwards. I got nothing. Balls of steel, but you know, like if he managed to get out once, you know, he's gonna get out a second time, but I digress. Howe's prison instructor said he was a temperamental man, described him as a loner, and he'd often work by himself. I do too. Doesn't make me a temperamental person, but I do work with a team whenever I'm working. So it is believed that Howe was married in 1967 but divorced soon after. It is also believed that he fathered a daughter through common law in 1969. Wow, a guy hung like a chipmunk popped out a fucking daughter? I guess stranger things have happened. Oh, I'm going to regret that later. Anyways, following his release in 1982, Howe was granted supervised release in Prince Albert. Unfortunately, he was far from being rehabilitated. Yeah. What you're going to find out, you're not going to like. If you already know about this guy, you know shit follows him pretty damn close. He worked at a mill, or he worked as a mill worker for 3 days before fleeing Prince Albert to Toronto. It is believed that his half-brother helped him out. Oh yeah. You know, you're a fugitive once again. Why? It's easy to be free. It's easy to be free. Anyways, becoming a fugitive once more, Howe takes a job at a garment factory and moves into a house in Toronto. His freedom is unfortunately short-lived. I do not like where this is going. I do not like where this is going at all. I don't know. I just do not know. Okay. I'll try to read on. I'm just gonna... Sharon Morningstar Keenan was a 9-year-old girl who was just a carefree spirit, according to her mother, excelling in school and loved playing with her friends, most of the time in nearby parks where she lived, in the suburb of Toronto, Ontario. However, on January 23rd, 1983, her friends saw her talking to a grown man at the park area. You know what? Time to daddy up a little bit. And this is not to knock Sharon Morningstar Keenan. Sharon Morningstar Keenan. It's not to knock her. Not to knock her. 100% not to knock her. We have been told when we were younger, never, ever talk to strangers. Unless you're a grown-up, unless you are over 18, do not talk to strangers. Unfortunately, this was the last time her mom, her dad, and any of her friends saw her. Police got involved pretty quickly because she was supposed to be home by 4 o'clock and missed that deadline. So Dad went to the park, saw that she wasn't there, and it's the end of that one. Police got involved pretty quickly. On February 1st, they went door to door in hopes of finding the 9-year-old Sharon alive. Unfortunately, during one of the house searches, more than a week after she disappeared, they found Sharon's lifeless body in a trash bag stuffed in a fridge. What? What? They quickly determined that she had been strangled and sexually assaulted. This guy's from Regina. This guy is from Regina, where I live. Like, God damn it. Like, come on. What? Okay. It was determined that the townhouse where she was found was rented by the perpetrator, Dennis Howe, under the alias Mike Burns. You know, it's bad enough I'm having a hard time trying to fucking keep this lit. I'm having trouble literally trying to control my emotions right now. Why? What? That fucking guy. I said I was going to regret that fucking joke I made earlier about him being hung like a chipmunk. But I didn't think like this. I did not think I was going to regret it like this. Like, ugh! Fucking Christ. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. Give me a few minutes, please. Okay. Okay, I can do this. I can literally do this. I'll finish this. I'll finish this and then I don't know. Okay. Before Sharon's body was discovered, Howe fled Toronto on January 24th, 1983. It is believed that the same family member, his half-brother, aided him in his disappearance. Dennis Melvyn Howe was last seen in Sault Ste. Marie boarding a bus to Winnipeg. He goes by different identities, obviously. And as of this recording, he would be 80 years old. There is a $100,000 bounty on Dennis's head right now, dead or alive. And it is presumed that he is armed and violently dangerous. And yes, 80-year-old men can be violent. So if you see this scumbag pedo out there, don't approach. Call 911 immediately or call the local Crimestopers. I want to see this bag of shit in jail. You can call Crimestopers at 1-800-222-TIPS. That's 1-800-222-8477. Anyways, this is what Howe is described as of 1983, because it's been 40 years since he's last been seen. It was even rumored that, well, it wasn't rumored, it was documented that his half-brother, who died in 2004, made 12 separate trips to the U.S., Montana, and Washington states. Probably to smuggle that son of a bitch across the border. As of 1983, Howe is described as approximately 5'9" tall, shrimp, brown eyes, should be black, an inch scar under his left side of his chin, a crooked pinky and little fingers, Yeah, double jointed. I'm not double jointed, but he's left-handed. Let's, you know what? Southpaws unite and bring in this scumbag in. Do it now. Small birthmark on the right side of his chest, and he has very bad teeth. I have better teeth. He often uses the term turkeys. Well, I got one term for this asshole. Fucking pedo. He often refers to the term turkeys when speaking about people, and he likes to needlepoint when he was in jail. Police also say Howe is a very heavy smoker. Cancer, where are you? And he's a regular user of both drugs and alcohol. Liver failure, where are you? Police say Howe is hearing impaired and uses a hearing aid. Is that it? That is it. You know what? I gotta pop one of these open because reading all that, I'm going off script now. Reading all that just pissed me the fuck off. It just pissed me the fuck off. You know, I'm going to take back that joke I made earlier about him being hung like a chipmunk. He is hung like a tadpole. He is a fucking pedophile. He is a fucking menace to society. And I'll be damned if I see another girl, another kid for that matter. I wasn't even born yet when this happened. I wasn't even born yet when this happened. Today, I don't know when her birthday was, but Sharon Morningstar Keenan would have been 36, 37 possibly. No, 46 or 47 today. People have lost their careers because of this guy. I bet you the person that was supposed to supervise him, I bet he or she lost their job at the time. You know, we get the investigator who found Sharon's body 10 days later leave the Toronto police force. We had Ted Collins, the police chief of Regina at the time, have encounters with this guy, but couldn't find anything to convict him on, or at least give him a reason to put a fucking bullet in his head. But, you know, I get so mad about the whole George Floyd thing, where they say, defund the police. No, I don't believe that 100%. We need order. We need control. The police only do their job. Some, yeah, they have to overexert themselves or overassert themselves. But know the fucking circumstances behind the crime being committed, the arrest being made. For God's sake, people. This was just, reading this was made, this happened the year I was born. And I bet you dollars to donuts that my family hoped in their hearts that this would never happen to their children. It pains me to say this. I want to see this guy behind bars. I want to see this guy, even at 80 fucking years old, get the justice that has to be put onto him. Please find this asshole and bring him in. That's it for Stogie Time Stories. I'm sorry I went on a little bit of a tangent, and I'm sorry if I said anything hateful or demeaning. But as I said before, the defund the police bullshit has to end. Because scumbags like these don't deserve to be out in the free world. Have a good night.